y'all know what it is. First thing first, Chop.
Drake.
We got two lovely guests here today.
Charisma.
David.
Charisma and David. Okay, first thing first. Like we like to do on first thing first. Go ahead and tell the people, tell the world exactly what it is that you guys do and bring to the community of Aledo.
So we bring aesthetic business and wellness. So I'm the aesthetic side, and we also have Kearney, who is a nurse practitioner, and then David brings the wellness side. So what does wellness include?
So wellness can include anything from hormone replacement, which is primarily what I do, but weight loss as well, functional medicine. So if we're dealing with deficiencies in different vitamins, minerals, we can help with that.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. So I see you, David. See you got your swole on. You know, you've been lifting and grinding a
Yes,
little
sir.
bit. So for, let's say, male, female, whatever the case may be, what do you recommend, or what do you guys recommend that you guys explore?
Sure. So for both men and women, we do hormone replacement and wellness and all the weight loss things as well. But the first thing I always recommend people to do, no matter what age, usually adults, we don't do pediatric and older kids, but getting baseline lab work.
Correct. Blood
Seeing
work.
where, yes, blood work. Seeing where our biomarkers are, hormone levels are. Everything could be perfectly normal or not.
Right.
So it's always good to get a baseline and then go from there. If we find some abnormalities or things are a little out of balance, we can certainly help with that.
Gotcha.
How did y'all start this? How did y'all start your field?
So I'm a family nurse practitioner, and I've been in the nursing field, for 17 years.
Wow.
And I practiced family medicine for 6 years, and I was doing some hormone replacement at that point, but now I've completely transitioned to hormone replacement and wellness. So I enjoyed that part of it the most. I enjoyed helping people in all aspects of health and wellness, but I do have a background in training, exercise. I'm a competitive bodybuilder, so this was right up my alley.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can tell you competitive at something. Yep. So where did the name come from, guys? Where did the name come from?
So Kearney and I, we actually are two different businesses. So I'm more Mansfield Aesthetics, and with living out here, and I've been kind of working a little bit on the side, I was looking for something to make it more professional. And then Kearney, David's wife, she has KLP Aesthetics. So she's been established out here about 4 years now. So we kind of came together as two different businesses and collaborated basically. And I wanted like Aledo Aesthetics, and she's like, well, I want to add Haus to it. And I thought it was kind of, since we're two different businesses in there. We also have two aesthetic estheticians. So I have one and she has one. So it's kind of bringing different people under one house to offer Aledo Aesthetic different procedures between like Botox, fillers, all that fun stuff.
Okay.
Cool. You kind of touched on it, but go ahead and explain what do you do?
Okay, so I kind of backwards, same thing as David. I actually been in medicine. I'm a registered nurse, so I've been in medicine for over 14 years. Probably about 4 years in, after I was doing oncology, I was like, let me get into plastics. I love plastic surgery. My goal was an OR nurse, but I came across the aesthetic side, which is your Botox, fillers, lasers. So I took classes, and then probably about 6-7 years in, decided to open up my own place in Mansfield, and we actually offer liposuction there. We do hair restoration surgery, and then all the lasers and Botox. So yeah, my side is
She said some hair, y'all. So
we can do hair, and it's legit, like the actual little surgery of the hair follicles. I don't do that part, but that's a doctor. But yeah, so we get to basically help with skincare, especially with the weight loss meds. They're, making a lot of people's skin real flimsy. Yeah, the biggest thing is like, hey, I lost weight in my face. That's kind of where me and Kearney come in together, and we can add a little bit of volume and youthfulness.
So I'm gonna get off subject a little bit, not off subject, but I'm gonna throw a little shade out there because I am a fitness trainer. Me and my cuz bro here, we love fitness. We love the weight loss journey.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw a little shade.
I know where this is going.
So when you talk about people coming to you and oh my God, my face and all that, right?
Yep.
Is that Zempic?
Yep,
that's
yeah,
more so
that's your
the
weight loss.
Ozempic, right? That's
Yeah,
more so
yeah.
the.
And I mean,
You know what I mean?
it really is, honestly. At least the ones that I see, people do
Correct.
lose weight, working out every day, but the ones that we have more trouble with is the ones that have been on like the weight loss medicines.
Correct.
But I mean, it helps.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, shout out, because this is about their business. So shout out to their business.
Absolutely.
Shout out to them for helping people, lift and tighten skin and do what you want to do. But on the other note, just grind, just work out.
So we do actually, when we do our weight loss, and I'm sure you're the same, is we do like you have to work out, you have to eat lots of protein.
Correct.
So there is that, and that's kind of why I thought this was a good collaboration.
Facts.
Is because I feel like all together we all fit together. So
Absolutely.
Oh, it's perfect.
Well, one thing
Yeah.
I was going to add with the Ozempic or semaglutide, tirzepatide, it's another one, very popular GLP-1, which we use for weight loss. The issue that happens is when you take these medicines, it slows down your gastric emptying time. So food stays in your stomach longer, your appetite's decreased, you can't eat as much. So what do you need to gain weight? You need calories.
Right.
You have to be in a caloric deficit no matter way you look at it to lose weight, to lose body fat. Unfortunately, what happens when people take the medicines, their diets might not be optimized, so they're not getting adequate protein intake. So you will get muscle wasting as well if you're not getting the adequate nutrition, but also if you're not exercising, the muscle's going to atrophy. So you will look more gaunt. You will kind of look more
Skinny
flabby.
fat.
Yes.
Skinny fat.
Yes. So that's why exercise is definitely
Yeah.
important.
Most
Yeah.
definitely it's important. And what he mean by that, guys, is we understand like when you take certain medicines, like you lose your appetite a little bit. We understand that part. But at the same token, it's not about what time or how much you eat at that certain time. It's all about you breaking down. So you can break down in little meals. And you just need to munch like the good proteins, your lean beef, I can go, this ain't about me, but again, hitting on what my man is talking about, yes, you have to eat. You have to eat to lose weight, okay?
Yep.
It's not about starving yourself. It's not about starving yourself.
So no cupcakes.
No, correct. So a couple of success stories. I know you guys can't throw names out there, but just hit around a couple of you guys' biggest success stories, like your work that you put in, something that may have took a long time, a couple treatments, like some of the biggest success stories that you guys have in y'all line of work.
You want to go first?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. So a couple of them, and it's always the weight loss ones, because that's what, people come in, they've been overweight for such a long time. And yes, diet and exercise is very important. Unfortunately, sometimes people even know how hard you hit them in a caloric deficit, know how hard you train them, they do lose, but when you've been chronically obese for years and years, it is really hard to lose the body fat. So that's when the medicine does help. So I have a couple patients, I won't name any names, but one of them, he started at 280 pounds. He didn't exercise. And so I'd started him on the semaglutide, which is, if you're looking at brand name pharmaceuticals, that's Ozempic or Wegovy, same medicine. But anyway, we started him on that low dose, kept him on it for less than a year. He cleaned up his diet, and I would see him, originally every month, and then we spaced it out. But over a 10-month period, he lost 80 pounds.
Wow.
And that was diet.
Right.
The medicine did help a lot,
Correct.
but being in the caloric deficit is what did it.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Nice.
And we have a number of stories like that where people have lost a great amount of weight. On the hormone side of it, I did family practice for years. And when we're trained in medicine, especially for anxiety and depression, you try to root out the causes. What's the cause of it? Is it something going on, anxiety in your life, different stressors? And what's one thing that we always push as doctors? Medicine. So, and I did that for years. I was like, well, let's put you on this medicine, let's put you on this medicine. And they would improve a little bit. They're like, yeah, I feel a little bit better, or I just feel emotionally flat. I don't feel happy, I don't feel sad. I'm just blah, but I'm not horrible. Then I got into more functional medicine and hormone replacement. I would never check hormone panels on these patients. I started doing that. I was like, well, your testosterone's 0 for a man. or your vitamin D is nothing, your B12's, it's out of whack. We start replacement and they feel great.
10 times
The
better.
sleep's better, the anxiety, depression goes away,
I like it.
and we don't have to put them on serotonin modulating medicines
Exactly.
or anything else. So,
And I'm glad you said that too. We talking to Doc here, okay? Just like you said, man, for me, I hate taking medicine. So, I mean, I hate taking anything for real, but I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm all about, I wouldn't say I'm the healthiest in the world, no. But for me, it's just all about trusting the process and in a mental state. Because again, if your mind can override whatever the body is feeling or whatever the body think, I feel like you can overcome most things instead of getting put on medicine and trying to because for me, when you get put on medicine, yeah, it may help, but for me, 9 times out of 10, it's not really helping. That is not helping. For me, it's not. It's just a mental break for most people. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like they're not mentally strong enough to take that.
Right, and I think medicine definitely has its place, so I'm not saying don't take medicine, stop taking your medicine, absolutely not. It does have its place.
Right.
And, this isn't the cure for everything, but if we can fix something without having to do another pill, why don't we try that?
Correct.
Correct.
Agree.
See, I like this. I like where it's going. I like this. So next up for you,
All
your
right.
success story.
Well, I could back him up and say our side also of losing weight, but I actually, getting into more of the aesthetic side, I really like helping people. So I have one lady that actually, and this came from years ago, I don't know exactly what happened. I think there might have been some abuse background. Kearney might remember this one, but it was a lady that supposedly, when she was 3 years old, got a hot water kind of like kettle dumped on her. I don't know if it was accident or what. Anyways, she had those burn marks all over her body, and I ended up lasering her probably about 3 or 4 times, and to see her on the 3rd time crying to me how happy and how more confident she felt in her body, especially with her husband, that kind of brought out my nursing side, because sometimes being aesthetics, I'm like, I guess I'm not really a real nurse anymore. But those are the clients I love. I love doing my Botox every day, but I actually like the stories where people need help. And the biggest one that I've been doing a lot of, and this is kind of where my husband's the doctor for Mansfield Aesthetics and does a lipo, and he's like, oh, they need a tummy tuck, and here I am, it's called PDO threads, which is polydoxone threads. They dissolve in a couple of months, but they stimulate a lot of collagen. And so I've been doing a lot, especially in Aledo here, because a lot of them don't want to get surgery. So I've been using those to basically help tighten and smooth out the tissue. So that, again, I know how that feels in that area, especially after having kids. So to make somebody more confident in a bathing suit, which probably is again, with the working out, and I make sure that they're working out too, because, again, it goes all hand in hand.
So that is on the tummy side?
Yeah, you can use them all
The
over.
laser? You said the laser?
It's they're threads. They're called PDO threads.
Nice.
They're dissolvable. Pretty quick, easy procedure, and a little bit of downtime to them. Of course, it started with face, but we use them all over the body, and those are the ones that I really like doing, because again, to me, that's. Yes, the face always builds confidence, but people are, and again, more self-conscious about body, and so to help somebody feel more confident in a bathing suit, to me, is amazing.
So talk about the downtime on that.
So threads, usually you'll have a little bit of bruising. Everybody's different, usually up to 2 weeks, and then it goes away. But again, the ones that I use, they could go back to working out and being normal every day. There are ones where you have to be careful, you can't bend over, but I do try not to use those as much as the more easier ones. But
Nice. Hey, so y'all here. First thing first, y'all here to hear. If you working out in the gym, doing what you doing, and you can't get rid of the little bitty belly fat, we need to go holler at my girl over here. Go holler at her and she'll get you right and get you tight. All right?
that's right.
But first thing first, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back with some more questions from
Charisma.
David.
and David. We in
My
this
bodyguard.
thing. We out. First thing first, leg up.
Welcome back. First thing first with Chop, Dre. We're sitting here with David and Charisma, again, of Aesthetic Haus, right? That's it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, with y'all business, what are some challenges that y'all faced starting up, during, and probably some problems that y'all trying to avoid going forward?
Yeah, what's your answer, David?
So back to what I was saying. So I did family practice for about 6 years. And I was established in Texarkana, Texas. And then my wife and I, we got married, and her practice is here, so I joined. But she didn't have any hormone clients. So we're starting from scratch. And so with anybody who's built a practice, it takes a little time. It takes a lot of work to do it.
Correct.
So we're getting out, trying to advertise more.
I got you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So that is challenging. From coming from a world where I was seeing 30 patients a day was not unusual. That's what I did. And now really trying to get people, because it's a specific thing that they're coming for. It's not like I got a cold, I got sinus infection, blood pressure management, this and that. So that's been a challenge, but we are improving. We're getting new clients, and it's great. And I'm glad I can help the people in the way I do and make them feel better.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think ours is the same. Now we have, same thing with them. It's like 2 locations that you're trying to keep alive, basically. I will say for the most part, Aledo, I kind of was established for the most part, but coming from the Mansfield, I have no connection there. So it's really hard, even though I have the background, the experience, I have a pretty good following. When I was in Dallas, I was busy all the time. And then to come to Mansfield and feel like I was down at the bottom again and trying to work your way up and like prove to people that you're good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even there, we have even the lipo part, trying to get that started has been a lot. And it's hard because it's like, where do you spend your money for advertising? So, it's like you're trying to build a business and you're, buying everything for the clinic. And then it's like, oh yeah, you got to do advertising. And then, or hey, you got to stop and make a reel, or let's post on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to.
Absolutely.
Time is just, I need more time.
I know a couple gyms in Mansfield too.
I need some connections, honestly. I've
know a
been
couple
asking
gyms.
my girls.
I know a couple gyms.
I'm
in
like,
Mansfield.
that'd be awesome.
And my boy, he pretty well. I mean, he run it just like I do.
Yeah.
So he's pretty.
I mean, any
It's
connection is perfect.
a lot of women.
Yeah.
A lot of women. So a lot of women in there, and just like Body by Child, we got a couple guys in here. So I mean, either or. Like again, this is what we're here for. So
Yeah, for sure.
we're here
Nice.
to help you guys do a little soft lunch. You know what I mean? Because everybody in Aledo pretty much know y'all.
Yeah.
But again, y'all got a couple different establishments, so we need to make sure they don't get hit too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that'd be awesome.
What I would say about mainly female clients, or those are the ones. Sorry guys, females and women are much smarter than guys. So typically, I'm just saying.
I love you, baby. I love my wife.
Just going
She's
to
right.
the doctor in general.
You're
It's
right.
usually your wife or girlfriend or something. Go to the doctor, be seen.
Facts,
Right.
'cause we
So
are
they
hard-headed.
come. So the lovely ladies come in. They're seen by both of us, and then they tell their husbands or.
The husbands get drugged in. They're like, I don't even know why I'm here.
But once they're there,
Then
they're like, hey, okay, this
I
is
needed
all
that.
right. Yeah.
Yes, actually, I
Man,
do
that's
need
facts.
this.
That's
Actually,
facts.
I do feel this.
Yeah.
Actually, you're
Nah,
right.
for real,
You're
because
right.
I ain't gonna lie, I need to go too, because my blood pressure been a little high. But, and my wife been telling me for 2 weeks now I need to take my butt in there, but
Yeah. Listen.
Oh, you know what's the worst?
I'm
Is,
just-
my husband's a doctor, and he doesn't even get seen by a doctor, so.
that's what I'm saying. That's the worst.
Yeah.
He like, nah, babe, I'm cool.
I'm good.
I mean, that's the thing. Your trainers feel like they good. We feel like we're unstoppable in that category, but we need to see somebody
Yeah.
too. Always go get your checkups.
Yeah.
Always get your checkups.
It won't hurt at
It
all.
won't hurt nothing at all.
It won't hurt.
It ain't even gonna hurt your pocket. You got good insurance. So
True.
Very true.
use your insurance. You pay for it, so use it.
With you guys being, I didn't cut you off.
You good, brother?
But with y'all being basically in the medical field,
Yeah.
how do y'all approach like safety and supporter satisfaction? I'm sorry,
Okay.
satisfaction. Like how do y'all?
Certification.
No satisfaction.
Satisfied.
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Gotcha. Whatever you want to call it. This first thing first. We keep it trill on here.
We always
so
chop
it is
the
what it
words.
is.
I promise. We
Hey.
always
Oh,
chop.
I'm gonna chop
That's why I was
everything
having
up. I'm gonna chop everything up.
So we're both like I said, we're trained medically, and when you go through school, there are certain standards that you have to go by. Patient safety is always 100%.
Privacy too.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. HIPAA is legit. We don't give out anybody's confidential information. But as far as safety and the procedures that we do, there's always some risk. There is never 100% safe medicine, never 100% safe treatment. However, through our training and then continued education and things like that, we stay up to date. So you're getting the most professional, efficient, safe care you can get. From my side with the hormone components, and if we're dealing with that and other medicines, like I said earlier, blood work is very important. And I'm a huge proponent of it because I like the data. I like to see what's going on. So baseline is key, but also I like to do follow-up blood work. So depending on what kind of treatments we're doing, a minimum, it's usually every 6 months that I like to keep an eye on somebody. If we're doing more involved things, it could be as often as every 3 months. But we are very careful, and because this is someone's life, we want them to be happy, but more importantly, we want them to be healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
With medicine changes so much, how have y'all, what's been like some obstacles that y'all have to go through? With medicine changing every single day, you know what I mean? New things coming out and new bylaws you gotta go by and everything like that.
Yeah, so
Weight loss is the big one right now.
yes, yeah. So I don't know if everyone's been keeping track of what's been going on with the GLP-1 medicines is the main thing. Those are the semaglutide, tirzepatide medicines that we're using for weight loss. So if you get them from a pharmacy, you go to your regular family doctor, whatever, they can prescribe it to a pharmacy, CVS, wherever, and you get the very expensive loaded pen, which costs a lot of money. Now we do it from compounded pharmacies. It's the exact same medicine, same safety. We just don't have the fancy $1,000 delivery device, so we can do it much more cost effective. Now the problem, if you want to call that, is there's been kind of an attack on nurses and nurse practitioners going on, and the safety regarding some of these treatments, which is not going to be any big deal for us. We're still going to be able to prescribe these medicines. We just have to do it in a different manner, they believe, government bodies believe, a safer manner, but we still have the ability to do that. But that was, at the time, going to be very scary for a lot of us that do this for a living, because potentially they were going to take that away from nurses and nurse practitioners, the ability to practice the way we do. So as of now, we're good.
This
We're
is
straight.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I would say aesthetics, there's a lot of changes all the time that we have to keep up with, a lot of like rules that they try to change on us. So I feel out of like medicine itself, aesthetics has been very, very, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Scrutinized?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a lot sometimes. It gets stressful. Because it's like, are we going to be able to do this? Or are we not going to be able to do this? Are we going to be able to do this? Are we going to be able to work?
Now, that's more, so I know talking to y'all highlighted a lot of the changes in it. What about some positive changes in the medical field that you guys are realizing, some trends that may be heading upward that you guys are a little excited about? Or
Well, just the people being more okay with functional medicine.
Right.
More open about it.
Yes, more open, because for years, especially for guys, to go in to your doctor and be like, hey, I'm having issues, doctors wouldn't even check your hormones.
What kind of issue?
Okay. Well, if we're talking about so decreased sex drive, erectile dysfunction, depression, you get thrown on a pill.
Yeah,
we don't check your hormones. Let's even so,
He's like, I'm
we
good,
need to check those things.
Gotcha.
But now in society, it's more open, and I think that's good because people can feel better.
Right.
Gotcha.
They can look better too,
Right.
but feel better about themselves. Yeah.
So actually, that's we kind of going off of like what we do in Mansfield. We actually do a lot of like the P shots, O shots.
No idea what that is.
So P shot is for erectile dysfunction, and then we do O shot for women. So yeah, like there's a lot.
What do the women's? What do the?
What do the women's do? Women's do a lot of stuff, but
I'm saying, what is the shot for? What is
so
the shot?
it's actually
first thing first, y'all. I'm trying to get info.
Yeah, here's some. Yeah, this is kind of old school, but I mean, it's same thing as he's saying. I'm seeing a little bit more of people coming in and actually talking to us about it and being more open about it. But the O shot is for orgasm. It's for kind of Yeah, keep
I'm
it.
an old head, but I'm a young head, so I don't know
There's
these
a lot of
things.
health benefits to it.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people
Yeah.
watching don't even
Yeah.
know what's going on. So y'all
Yeah.
getting school, y'all getting game right now. So listen to the game.
We don't do just faces.
Right.
Yeah, so that's interesting to
Yeah.
me. Like I want to know stuff like that. You know what I mean? If I ever go down, I need to go holler at my boy.
I was like,
Hey,
we got your back.
you know what I
Whatever
mean?
you need.
Hey.
Well, if we're getting specific, and I don't know how depth we want to get on here. So specifically with erectile dysfunction, it can be a multifactorial issue. Could it be a hormone issue? Yes, it could.
Yes.
Could it be more of a mental issue, depression? It could. Could it be a blood flow issue? And sometimes that could be the thing that alerts you to, well, why is this working? You go into the doctor, oh, my blood pressure's sky high. So that can happen if your blood pressure.
Why you hold on time out, bro? I ain't,
If you're
I ain't gonna get no
hypertensive-
shout out to my wife. We know we
Yeah,
good, man.
if you got too high, yeah. So if you have too high blood pressure sometimes, or there's a cardiac issue, a heart issue, that could be what's contributing to it. Same with diabetes. If you have
Yeah.
high increased blood sugars, it can affect that too.
Got you.
Yeah.
No, that's
Stress.
great info though.
No,
That's great
seriously.
info.
Seriously.
Because I don't know what I do. My stuff start working. I don't know.
Well, we're here for you if you ever.
here we go. Come
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying,
We got
boy. I'm gonna have to come see you. You know, if I come through the doors, you know what Chop there for. Yeah.
I'm with you.
You know
There
what
it
Chop
is,
there
y'all.
for.
We're gonna take a quick break. This
First thing first, I love this conversation.
No, seriously,
It's great.
seriously, it's been good,
Love it.
y'all. But we're gonna take a quick break, y'all. We're gonna come back, wrap it up. First thing first.
Yo, we back. Y'all know what it is. First thing first, Chop.
You right?
Charisma.
David.
And we back on the scene. So before we go, I would like to say thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Appreciate it.
This was lovely.
It's been a great.
Like I learned a lot,
Cool.
and I hope our viewers learned a lot as well, because I know behind the scenes they learned a lot. You know what I mean? But right before we go, just future goals. Future goals. What do you guys have in mind for your future goals, as far as another business, or what do you guys see yourself in the next couple of years or so?
So I would probably say building the business for sure. I want to be a little bit more hustling and growing. Hopefully, maybe we can get into a bigger building and actually have more people involved with us. And then same thing, Mansfield, I just want to keep growing there. And my goal in the end is to sit back and collect money as other people work underneath me.
Correct.
If that's not hard to say, but
That's being a big boss.
yeah, I mean, I'm working a lot now, so I'm putting my time in.
No, you got to. You got to grind.
Yeah.
It's a grind. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy.
I couldn't have said it better
Right.
myself. That was excellent. So same thing. The Aledo office, want to grow that. Going to grow the practice there. We have the Dallas office too. Exact same thing. Want to continue to help people because that's what I love the most about doing the nurse practitioner. So of course we want to make money. That's what we all want to do. And but maybe someday we can both sit back and allow
Drink our margaritas and
protein shake,
oh, yeah.
Protein.
water.
Yeah, water and protein.
Yeah.
So again, guys,
Very, very important.
hey, this was fun. This was
Yes.
fun.
Good.
It was fun and very educating.
Yes.
I mean, we like to learn every day. You should always like to learn every day. Every day we learn something new. I learned a lot today. I learned a lot today. Okay, but we'll start with you, baby girl. Go
Yeah.
ahead and let the world know again. First off, what you do, and every social that you got that
Okay.
they can find you at.
Y'all
Go
ready
ahead.
for it? Okay. Well, again, I'm Charisma. I'm a registered nurse. I've been a nurse injector now for 11 years. I also do classes. So if anybody in the medical field ever wants to get into aesthetics, I have a great beginner's class that I do once a month. That one you can find on my Mansfield Aesthetic page, which is mansfieldaesthetic.com. My Instagram is envious by charisma _injector. And I also have a Facebook, but usually Instagram's my biggest following. I'm also located in what we're promoting here is the Aledo House of Aesthetics. And I'm usually at both locations pretty much like twice a week. So I float back and forth.
And I'm David Drosky. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I've been in the medical field for 17 years, primarily focused now on hormone replacement, weight loss, and wellness. We have 2 locations at KLP Med Spa. There's a Dallas location, and then we are with Charisma at Aledo House here in Aledo. Our social are KLP Med Spa on Instagram, and then mine is the letter D, and then my last name, DROSKE, also on Instagram.
So thank you guys once again. Again, follow them, look them up if you need something done. I mean, anything done for real.
Yes, yes.
Watch this episode.
You gonna know exactly what we mean.
From head to toe.
Hey, do not
serious.
skip it. If you skip to the end and you see me talking right now, you need to go back. You need to go back, okay? Great info. Great information for everything. Health, wellness, facials, fillers everywhere.
Testosterone, everything.
Everywhere.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. So look, tune in. Again, I
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
y'all.
Yes.
This was
Thank you.
lovely.
Thank you.
And I will be seeing y'all again.
Yay.
Yes.
I'll be for the right reasons. Okay? For the right reasons. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. First thing first, I'm Chop.
I'm Drake.
I'm Charisma.
And David.
Thank y'all. Tune in. Episode 6 in the mix. Let's get it.